Up counterpunch boxing. Okay, check it out. Check it out. All right, look, man, I got like a three-part breakdown today. I don't know, maybe it's like four parts, but it's going to be three or four kind of like different categories. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is some things kind of going on with the channel, and trust me, just stick around for this video. I'll try to make it quick. Okay, I'm reading comments like in the comments section, and I put out well, let me back up. I put out a video, the Andre Berto Sean Porter video, and like there's like guys that are like, oh, I'm leaving your channel, I'm unsubscribing, I don't agree with you, and go kill yourself and jump off a bridge, and your mom should die. I mean, it's like, oh, dude, like, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm serious. Like, these guys are all bent out of shape because, I said I like the fight, but here's what a lot of you guys don't understand. I do a lot of subtle trolling. Okay, and I'll just come clean. I'm just going to come clean on this, okay? The reason I was so excited about the Sean Porter fight is because, all these Mayweather fans, they like to use a triangle theory, okay? They like to say, oh, well, Mayweather beat this guy better than this guy, and then so he's better than that guy, the triangle theory. So using the triangle theory, Sean Porter beat Andre Berto better than Mayweather beat Andre Berto, therefore exposing Mayweather, right? Because if you got a B-level fighter, as Mayweather calls Sean Porter, he's like, he's a B, maybe a C, a B, that's what he does, right? Especially, with the whole Adrian Broner buildup, right? You remember that on the stage. On the left, you had Kenny Porter and Sean Porter. On the right, you had Adrian Broner, the money team, Mayweather, all of them over there, like, kind of like picking on Sean Porter. So there's a bit of rivalry there, and they got some bad blood, especially with the Mayweather fans. So, I have a cold, guys, so excuse me if I sound different. But, so, it's like, that's what I do, okay? And like I said, I'll come clean on this video. I will come clean and, admit it because, yeah, it's kind of a way to rub it in their face. Like, okay, this B-level fighter just beat this guy better than your, TBE, alleged TBE, what the hell ever, GOAT, according to them, beat this guy. So, even in my titles, I'll use wow or whoa, or must watch. It's a way to troll these other channels. So, that's the thing, and I'm not making like excuses or trying to like cover for a bad video I made, because they're all not going to be good. Now here's the thing, please listen to me here, just please pay attention, okay? If you can find a boxing channel that you might like, say 70% of their material, then you're doing good, okay? You're not going to find a boxing channel that you agree on everything, that you like every video, that, everything is just gospel and you love it and it's words to live by. It's like anything else, and it's like music, your favorite band, you're not going to like every song, every album, or your favorite actor, you're not going to like every movie they put out, so it's just like same thing with a boxing YouTube video or YouTube channel. You're not gonna like every video. So so yeah, I mean, I don't understand it, how these guys in the comment section, they're telling me, oh, I'm never watching your channel again, I was a huge fan and now I hate you. It's like, dude, are you really that fucking emotional, like that? I put out one video that you don't like, and you're gonna bail? It's like, well, fucking peace, dude. Don't let the door hit you in the ass, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want you here. Like, if you're that kind of fucktard, I don't want you here, okay? Later. Right? Okay, so that's addressing one thing. And and I'm not talking to anyone that disagrees. Sure, disagree, but we like I said, I have guys like telling me that they're unsubscribing and they no longer respect me, and you're such an idiot, and I really thought you were the real deal. And it's like, dude, like, chill out, man. It's one video, But anyway, like I said, if I don't want those types of people, in the comment section or anywhere near my channel. So they can go over, to some other bullshit channel, and I guarantee you they'll be back. So, all right. So that's one thing I wanted to address. Like I said, you guys have to realize a lot of what I do is just like undercover trolling, okay? So, and I'm not, and like I said, I'm not really gonna get in it too far because I don't want to reveal all my tricks. But okay, so all right, that's topic number one. Topic number two. Okay, so there's these guys out here, like I bring them up all the time, and I kind of need to stop because I'm giving them too much attention. But like Dante's Boxing Nation, 78 Ego, all these guys out there, right? That I think are just terrible for boxing, and they basically found a hustle, to leech off of boxing and YouTube monetization and make money, and it's a hustle, right? Because they're not real boxing journalists, critics. They don't know how to analyze fights, in an unbiased, like, professional way. They're catering, to a certain audience. So we all know that. So I stumbled across a video, and it's got to be like, I don't know, the worst boxing analysis, personality video, whatever you want to call it. It's worse than all of them. Now, and his name was like Travis Ghetto, I think. Travis Ghetto-y. God, I think it's like Ghetto-y or Gotti. Travis Ghetto, I believe. But this dude right here, man, I mean, it's first of all, it's clear what he's doing. Okay, he doesn't want to go get a real job or whatever. So he's, again, just like these other guys, he's made a name by leeching off of boxing. By criticizing and just straight up, just bad mouthing and just just shitting all over these guys like Gennady Golovkin. Every other word is this motherfucker this and motherfucker that. And it's crazy. It's like, the guy does, I don't know, it's just, he doesn't know shit about boxing. And I was listening to this video, and I was like, my jaw was wide open. I was like, is this for real? Like, is this guy for real? I mean, it's like I said, every other word was mother. And like 2 minutes into the video, he's like, oh, by the way, I haven't called Gennady Golovkin a pussy yet, so he's a pussy. And so it's clear, what he's doing. And he can't use any adjectives or nouns or anything above a 4th grade vocabulary. So every other word is motherfucker this and motherfucker that, because I don't really think he really knows any other words, due to like a lack of vocabulary. But I mean, the guy's just an idiot. So, and here's the thing that I would like to point out to him. Look, tomorrow morning, I'm going to get up about 7 a.m., and it's getting kind of late right now, but I'm going to get up about 7 a.m. I'm going to go down to the boxing gym, put on these things called boxing gloves, and I'm going to get in the ring with a big 200-pound motherfucker that wants to knock my head off, okay? That's what I'm going to be doing tomorrow morning, while this guy, was sitting in his mom's basement, talking shit about boxers that have done, more in one day in their life than this motherfucker will do in his entire life. So, it's just a shame that you have channels out there that are just so, just disrespectful and hateful to these guys, okay? And they're doing it just to make money. I mean, it's just such a shame. It really is. Like, I'm embarrassed for this guy, and he should be ashamed of himself. I mean, seriously, like, I mean, really, I love and respect boxing, and look, even the boxers that I don't like, I have a ton of respect for them because I've been in the ring. I know what it's like. I know what it's like. I really do. It's hard to explain until you get in there and get your brains bashed in, and then you have some guy calling you a bum and a loser and a this. It's like, sitting on his fucking couch, like, talking shit about you, right? I mean, that's what this guy is doing. So, like I said, he's probably never stepped foot in a gym, much less a boxing ring, and so he has no right to talk about these guys like this. And the dude's just a piece of shit for it. He really is. And I mean, seriously, like, I'm gonna leave it at that because I get really pissed off thinking about it. But this guy, man, he needs a serious ass whooping. Like, I mean, he's the most ignorant motherfucker I have ever heard on YouTube, ever, hands down. So, okay, that's enough of that. Like I said, I listened to his video, and You know, it was just like, wow, man. I mean, these guys just, they don't have a clue what they're talking about when it comes to boxing. It's like all they know how to do is talk shit about them. That's it. And it's pathetic. It really is. When you think about it, in a way, like, I feel sorry for them because, you know, they get, like, he had 11,000 subs, right? And probably half of them are bought and paid for. But, you know, they think that, like, they're some big shot now. So, like, they've made it big, you know, making $300 a month on YouTube, right? And you know, but here's the thing, like, my niece, okay, my niece, she's 12 years old. Quick story. My niece is 12 years old. She has a YouTube cartoon animation type channel with, like, Japanimation or whatever the hell that is. And she has like 18,000 subs, okay? So, you know, like I said, these guys, you know, get 10, 11, 12,000 subs, and they think they're fucking Denzel Washington, you know, or they think they're fucking Lil Wayne or some shit. I mean, it's pathetic. And like I said, they need to fucking lace them up and get in the ring before they, you know, talk shit like that, because it's just, you know, there's no place for that in boxing, really. And, you know, like I said, that guy should just be ashamed of himself. But anyway, moving on to Chavez, okay? Let me start out with a quote that he said lately that I really liked. I wrote it down, and I'm going to kind of paraphrase because it's kind of long, and I don't want to make the video too long. Okay, Chavez, he said, "We are in the last stages of training." Talks about the bad weather. Oh yeah, and then he was talking about the bad weather, how, you know, he's a Big Bear, last stages of training, or they may have moved camp already, but he's just saying that there's nothing to do but train because of the bad weather. Now, he says, "I'm coming into this fight with 120 rounds of sparring. You know, Nacho has got me at my best, and you will see a new Chavez, a new style, a new boxer, I promise." So he said, "I haven't done 12 rounds of straight sparring since 2012. But let's see, he did say, we did the Saturday, this will be, oh, he said we did that Saturday. We did 12 rounds Saturday. And he said this is the Canelo Chavez fight is going to be like the, you know, Barrera Morales fight is what he's comparing it to. And then he says, you know, we don't need judges. We don't want judges. You know, I'm going to knock them out. So he's not going to leave it into the hands of the judges. I really like that. So he's saying, you know, we're going to knock them out. And look, I think that's great. I think boxing, you know, this is a good fight for boxing. You know, as much as we, you know, we don't like Canelo, and rightfully so, it's a good fight for boxing. So, and I like that Chavez is really stealing the Canelo fans, like especially in Mexico. You know, you go, I've watched so many videos and read interviews and all this, and Chavez, he's really like stealing Canelo's fans. And again, I reported on that about a month ago when I interviewed both of them. You know, Chavez had just, you know, an equal amount of support as Canelo. He really did. You know, so, but yeah, I think, you know, and like I said, boxing needs this. You know, we need the Keith Thurman, Danny Garcias, the Klitschko's and Anthony Joshua's, the Spence versus Brook, you know, the Canelo Chavez, the Gennady Golovkin, Canelo Gennady Golovkin Chavez. And by the way, Chavez said even if he loses, you know, he'd still love to take a Gennady Golovkin fight. So, you know, it's, you know, you got to have respect for Chavez here, really. You know, he's willing to get in there against all odds, and he's already proven everyone wrong. And then even if he loses, he's willing to get in there with Gennady Golovkin, unlike this little bitch boy Canelo, okay? So, you know, you have to give him credit. So, and you know, I really think this is going to turn into a rubber match trilogy. You know, it's going to be like boxing's great rivalries, like a Morales Barrera, you know, Manny Pacquiao, Juan Manuel Marquez, you know, just great rivalries in boxing. Even going back to like Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler, which, by the way, I watched a video or a documentary on Willie Pep and Sandy Sadler the other day, and it was incredible. You know, or an Ali Frazier. You know, this could end up being one of those types of rivalries. So, you know, it's great for boxing. You know, and I don't know. I mean, you know, Chavez, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of losses. I really think that he can turn his career around, but, you know, I don't know if he'll ever be considered like a top 10, you know, greatest of all time. Mexican boxers I'm referring to, I don't think he will. Of course he won't, but like a Salvador Sanchez, Ricardo Lopez. By the way, Ricardo Lopez, 21 title defenses, 51 wins, and 38 knockouts. So, I really like Ricardo Lopez. Elefanito, I really like him a lot. So, you guys should go back and watch, some of his highlights. So, or Miguel Cantu, that's another good one. Or Vicente Salvador, or Vicente Saldivar. I always have trouble with his name, but my favorite is Ricardo Lopez, and of course Chavez Senior. I like Chavez Senior too. So, but current Mexican boxers would be, of course, Morales, Barrera, Juan, Marquez, that kind of thing. So, but I think he could at least be up there with a Barrera or a Morales. Especially if he can beat Canelo and move on to bigger, better things. So, we'll see. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm really proud of the guy, and I'm not going to talk shit about him. Why? Because he doesn't deserve it. He really doesn't. Especially not for this fight. I think this is kind of a redemption fight and a way to kind of clear his name. So now I want to talk about the weight just real quick. And I've made like a ton of videos about his weight, going all the way back to like Brian Vera, right? Remember they had to renegotiate the first catch weight, and then I believe it was the second fight he came in, both of them came in at 167.5. Okay, and then you jump up to the Sebastian Zabik. He weighed in at 160, came in 180. Just real quick, Peter Manfredo weighed in at 159, came in at 179. So every fight he's putting on about 20 pounds. And then like the Rubio fight, I believe he was 159.5, came in 181, put on 21.5 pounds overnight. In a 24-hour period, he put on 21 pounds. So that just shows you the kind of weight Chavez can put on overnight. Now, right now, I believe, and this is really important, so hopefully you haven't clicked off the video yet. This is very important. Right now, I think he's probably between maybe 8, 9, 10 pounds off, because I know a month ago he was only 13 pounds away from making the 164.5 pound catch weight, right? So, let's just say he's lost another 2 or 3 pounds, right? So let's say he's 10 pounds off, 9 pounds off, right? In which I think he's closer than that. I think he's probably around like super middleweight right now or more. Now, if you look at his size, right, his skeleton, his frame, his mass, and this is where actually being in a gym, working with these guys will, where you learn things like this. But okay, let's say he's got 7 or 8 pounds that he needs to cut and make that weight. Now, depending on your size, if you're a welter or whatever, I'd probably consider him like a super middleweight, about 168, maybe 170 type guy. You've got sweating, your calorie intake, your fluid intake, and then unnatural bowel movements. These are the most effective ways to cut that weight. Unnatural bowel movement. You can like crap out pound, 2 pounds. You really can. It's kind of gross, but it's what they do. It's what professional boxers do. Okay, your fluid intake, you just basically dehydrate yourself. You sweat it off, and then you starve yourself. So there's no solid waste in you. There's no fluid in you. There's just nothing in you but skin and bones and blood, right? So, but a guy his size, what I'm saying, there's a safety net. If he can get within 7 to 8 pounds of a desired weight, just using those 4 basic methods, he can cut that weight in a 24 to 48 hour period. So he's already in that safety zone, is what I'm trying to tell you. So he's already made weight. Now, what happens, sometimes they try to get it too close. Like, they'll want to get down, to, 164.7, and we'll lose the 0.2. They try to get it they need to just, aim, make like 163, 164 their target, and the night before, so he can drink a little water the next day to at least hit 164. So, but right now he's in that safety zone. He's already, like, the work's been done. All of it's already been put in, and now they just need to follow the basic four ways to cut weight. Your sweating, your fluid intake, your calorie intake, and then just getting everything out of you, bowel movements, pissing, whatever it may be, just getting anything and everything out of you. I mean, these guys even take their clothes off, so but yeah, he's in that margin of safety is what I'm trying to say for a guy his size. So I kind of wanted to point that out, and I knew that whenever they said he only needed to lose like 13.5 pounds and he had like 30 days to do it. Remember, I made, or in my video, I said, yeah, he'll do it, no problem. So it's just a little quote by Canelo here. They were asking him, what do you say? It doesn't mean we're going to make weight. It all depends on how he works. If he's just working to make weight, then it will affect him. But if he's training hard and has discipline with the food, I don't think it will affect. He was talking about, they were asking him about the weight, like I just went over. And now, as far as like Canelo, he's saying like, okay, I didn't have to drain myself down, I didn't have to cut all this weight, so I had an easy camp. Basically, it wasn't a fat camp, right? Where Chavez, a lot of his camps, they're fat camps, like they need to melt down, melt the fat off and get them ready. So, but even both guys, like Chavez, they brought him down in the proper way. They really did with Nacho and Mimo Heredia, and with Canelo, it's kind of the complete opposite. Like he didn't really have to lose anything. He had to basically maintain what he had and build on what he had. He had to build on top of what he had. So, but I wonder, will this weight, will it affect him? I mean, will Canelo be slow? Well, I mean, he's already flat-footed, but is he going to gas out with all that extra weight on him? So I think he will. Honestly, I think that because Canelo, he's known for gassing out. Like I said, I was ringside for the Kirkland fight, and he gassed out. And I think that's why he opened up on Kirkland, because he knew he was basically punched out by round 3. So I don't know. I think all this weight is really gonna. I think he's going to gas out. And, I was talking to a friend earlier, and I said, yeah, I think this fight is going to be, like a battle of stamina. Who can, basically just who can perform above the other guy, or, you know what I mean? So it's a battle of stamina, As far as like Canelo's power, I don't think Chavez will have a problem taking it. I mean, of course, if he lands something right and clean and just right on the button, then yeah, I mean, Canelo can get him out of there, but so can Chavez. So, like I said, just go back and look at his resume. You look at a bigger guy like Miguel Cotto, he couldn't knock him out. I mean, think about it. And this is a younger, stronger, Canelo that was more in his prime, couldn't get a guy like Cotto out of there, because he was just bigger, really, I think, than his prior opponents. And now he's in there with a guy even bigger that on fight night, you got to remember, he's going to weigh in at 164. His average weight is about 20 pounds. So, he might come in a light heavyweight. So you're going to have 2 light heavyweights in there. I mean, just that's probably the easiest and most simplistic way to put it, is on fight night you're going to have 2 light heavies in there. But I think that favors Chavez because of his natural size. I mean, he's naturally in the upper weight classes. So we'll see. But anyway, guys, I'll leave it at that. So yeah, just to recap, I just with the whole sub thing, chill. Just cut me some slack. If I put out a video you don't like, just don't watch it. Watch the next one, okay? And like I said, I can't please everyone every time, all right? And as far as Travis Ghetto-y or Gatto-y or whatever, you're a fucking idiot, okay?